Welcome to Hilary Emmanuel Ministries, where faith meets power, purity and prosperity, and breakthroughs are born. At Diadem, we equip you with bold prayers, life-transforming teachings, and spiritual strategies to overcome every challenge life throws your way. Join us as we dive into God's Word, experience His presence like never before, and walk in His purpose for our lives. If you're in London, we invite you to fellowship with us in person at Diadem, 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. Don't forget to subscribe now and let's grow in faith together.
Brethren, we have some warfare here today. You know, there was a prayer we prayed before now. I don't know if you still remember that prayer. And the title of the prayer was Corrupting the Spiritualist of Your Enemies. That was corrupting them. But I discovered from the different testimonies and different dreams and revelation coming here and there, that is not just enough to corrupt the spiritualists of our enemies. Because their spiritualists is their backbone. Their spiritualists are the ones responsible for when you attack them, when you pray, and your prayer affects them, they run to the spiritualists. And the spiritualists will heal them. The spiritualists will give them weapons. We give them knowledge and understanding and show them how to go and fight you back. Sometimes we focus our battle efforts on our immediate enemies. We know those ones we probably see in the dream. But behind every enemy, there is a spiritualist. Like you now, the way you are, you have a spiritualist behind you. Diadem is your spiritualist. That's the spiritual backbone you have. That's the spiritual power, the covering you. And that's where you are getting spiritual knowledge, spiritual nourishment, spiritual power from. And that's why your enemies can't overcome you. And they also will be wondering, why is it that everything we are doing is not working? It's because of the spiritualist behind you. That's how your enemies also, they also have their own spiritualists. So that's why it's not just enough to fight against your enemies. Because if your enemies have spiritualists, they are no longer your only enemy. The spiritualist too is your enemy. Because the spiritualist is fighting you from behind. And you might not know, you might not have idea, you might not even see the spiritualist at all. So if you want to fight a successful battle, you have to take out the spiritualist first. The day you take out that spiritualist, you see that the battle will change. The rhythm of the battle will change immediately. Everything. You know, there was this man that went, nobody knew where he got his power from. But each time he came to the village, he would be using left finger to point at people and tell them, I will melt you. So people were like, where did he go and get this power that is using to melt people? Until the day he was to melt people. But because his spiritualists have died. So if you want to fight a comprehensive battle, sometimes you might need to leave your enemies alone and focus on the powers behind them. Focus on the pastor praying for them. Focus on the herbalist, the priest, the person that is their spiritual backbone. If you take that one out, you will defeat your enemies easily. And that's the battle we want to fight here today. And that's why I'm talking to you on what I call killing the spiritual backbones of your enemies. Killing the spiritual backbones of your enemies. Numbers 22, look at verse 1. And the children of Israel set forward, that is, they were moving forward. They were making progress in life. They were moving towards their destiny. So they set forward and pitched in the place of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho. Balak didn't fight it by himself. He looked for a spiritualist. So if you are looking at Balak and thinking, Balak is my enemy, I saw Balak in my dream, Balak is not the main person. The power behind Balak is what you should target. The son of Zippor, Moab was so because they were made distressed because of the children. So you now see the enemies. One, they were afraid that Israel was many. They were afraid that Israel will lick up everything. That's how the enemy's fear comes in. They are afraid of your destiny. They are afraid that you will become greater than them. They are afraid that you will become greater than their children. They are afraid of so many things. You can see all this unfounded fear in Balak. And look at what he started to do. Verse 5. He sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam. Do you see now? He didn't say, well, where's the army? He looked for it, and they abide over against me. Come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me these people. Brethren, do you know how many places they take your name to curse you, to speak against your name, to pronounce different things? Those are the people. But that place they go, that's where you should target your battle. He said, curse these before they are too mighty for me. But peradventure I shall prevail that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I know, look at what he said. I know your capabilities. I know your power. For I know he whom thou blessed is blessed. I know you are. So you now see now, who is the real enemy here now? It's Balaam, because he is the one that is holding the power that will hurt Israel. He is the one holding the real power. And if Israel wants to fight, they have to target to take out Balaam. As long as Balaam remains alive, their life will be very difficult. Do you know through the operations of Balaam, 24 people died in Israel? 24,000 died through his operation. And all he did was counseling. He did not draw sword. He did not shoot one bullet. All he did was just advice, spiritual advice. Listen, your enemies might be going to their spiritualists. All they are getting there is just spiritual advice. Tell them what to do, that's all. And that thing they tell them what to do, when they come back and do it, you see the impact in your life immediately. So that's why you take out the backbone, the spiritual backbone of your enemies. Numbers 31. Because you know this story very well, the one I just read to read you now. After the whole incident and everything that happened, Numbers 31, look at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. These people cannot do this kind of a thing to you and you walk away. Go and revenge. Brethren, what we are here to do this night is to revenge. He said, what did he say you should do? And afterwards shalt thou be gathered. He said, Moses, you are not going to die. It's time for you to die, but you must fight this battle first. It's when you finish it, then you will come home. This is going to be your last battle. Go and revenge. Because Moses was there when everything happened. Look at verse 3. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war. Say, get your weapons ready. And let them go against the Midianites and avenge the Lord of Midian. See, this is the Lord's battle. The Lord wants us to go and fight this battle. And brethren, I can tell you today, the Lord wants us to fight this battle. To go and fight this battle for the Lord. Verse 6. Verse 6. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war with the holy instruments. And today we are going to use the holy instruments. He said, with the holy instrument and the trumpets to blow in the sand. Verse 7. And they warred against the Midianites, as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the male. Verse 8. And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi, Rechem, Zor, Hor, Reba, 5 kings of Midian. They killed all of them. Alam also, the son of Boaz, what did they do to him? That spiritual backbone. That each time you do serious operation, each time you pray heavy prayers here, and you release thunder and release all kinds of weapons, it will strike your enemy. Immediately they will carry that enemy and run to that spiritualist house. Immediately that person enter the spiritualist house, the spiritualist will heal them, will recover them, will nourish them, and send them back home again. Tonight you will take out that Balaam that day. It was not from the village, it was from a different village, but they made sure they look for him. They killed Balaam that day. Verse 9. They took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of their cattle, and all their cities, and they took. Verse 11. Moses was wroth with the officers of the host. Moses was angry. Why was Moses angry? He was angry with the captain over the 1,000, captain over the 100, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, why did you save all these women? Why didn't you slaughter all of them too there? Because this battle, brethren, today, you are going to slaughter. And you will not look at any person's face. Verse 6, behold, he said, these women you brought home, they are the one that caused all the trouble for us. Say they are the one that caused the trouble. They caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam. to commit trespass against the Lord in matter of what? And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among all the little ones, and kill every woman that has known man by lying with him. Take them out and cut all of them in pieces. So brethren, you see the language here. The Lord says, I need vengeance. You begin to talk of vengeance when somebody has hurt you, isn't it? Yes. Because they hurt Israel, they took 24,000 of the Jews. That's why the Lord says vengeance. And we are talking of vengeance because of what they have done to us. Because of the way they have hurt us. 1 Kings chapter 18, look at verse 7. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him, and fell on his face, and said, Art thou that my Lord Elijah? Verse 13. And Elijah said, Yes, it's me. And then Elijah told Obadiah, said, Go and call Ahab your master. And Obadiah was afraid. Say, if I go down, you will disappear again. And Ahab will cut off my head. Now look at what Obadiah said. Verse 13. Was he not told my Lord? He said, Did he not? When Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord. Do you see that, brethren? Jezebel was killing. How I hid and Jezebel was killing. And why was Jezebel able to do this successfully? She had backbones. Spiritual backbones. 19. Now therefore send, gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel. And then the prophets of Baal. The spiritualists, the priests, the prophets, these prophets of Baal, 450, and the prophets of Baal, 400, 850, all of them together, they were the backbone behind all the wickedness of Jezebel. And they were eating from Jezebel, verse 40. And Elijah said unto them, Take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. Brethren, make sure that this instruction, don't allow any of the prophets to escape. All those false prophets, all those satanic prophets that your enemies run to, and they provide covering for them. Don't allow any of them to escape here today. Elijah said, Don't allow any of them to escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon and slew them there, 850 of them. Listen carefully. Do you know, brethren, that it was only after they killed these 850 prophets of Baal, that was when it became easy to kill Jezebel. If you had not taken these ones out, it would have been impossible to kill Jezebel. Because they would have told her that they are coming. She would disappear. They would have seen her far off and warned her. They were her spiritual backbone. The moment they were taken out, it became very easy for Jehu to go in and kill her. So, brethren, this is the kind of battle we are going to fight here today. 1 Kings 19. 1 Kings 19. Look at verse 1. All our spiritualists, Elijah has killed all of them. That's the only news. And look at the reaction. Look at the reaction, verse 2. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah, saying, So let the gods do the... She had gods also. So these are the powers behind her that you must take care of. All the idols your enemies worship, all the idols they have made covenant with, all the deities that are providing protection for them, including trees and animals that they use in fighting, those are their spiritual backbone. So he said, she now remember, he said, okay, since the prophets are gone, since the spiritualists are gone, let me turn to the next thing. She now called the idols. He says, So let the gods do to me, and also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. She never recovered. That was her downfall. That was her end. And everything kept going down. The next thing was, her husband was killed in the battle. The next thing also, they came for her. And it was only possible because the spiritualists were taken out. So all the strong men, the spiritualists that are the backbone of your enemies, tonight you will target them and take them out also. Isaiah 47. They say nobody see them. When they stand up and go to the Hamalites, when they stand up and go to their spiritualist house, they feel nobody see them. He said, No, they're not expecting it. You are going to come upon them so suddenly and say, And mischief shall fall upon them, thou shalt not be. And desolation, verse 12. He says, Stand now with thy enchantments. You know, that day when Israel came upon Balaam, all his divination didn't work. All his capabilities that has eyes open and falling into trance, all those things didn't work. Sword went into the neck. And that's what is going to happen here tonight. By the time you will appear to them wherever they are sleeping, no enchantment will save them. The stargazers, the mountain protesters, stand up and save thee from this thing that shall come upon thee. So you see that people, they had different verse. Behold, verse 14, they shall be as stubble. So they shall be like grass. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a cold to woman, nor fire to sit before you. Verse 15. There is a way, ancient warriors, biblical warriors. There's a way they fought this battle. Against always escape. Enemies that always disappear. And that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. There's a way you do, because this kind of enemy we're talking about, each time you hit them, they will escape, they will disappear. I've dealt with different people, human beings, and they will tell me they have escaped. The Spirit of God will say, don't worry, they have escaped, they've entered the tree, and they've gone deep into the root of the tree. So the tree is providing, some of them don't sleep at home in the night. Some in the night, they will disappear and go and sleep inside the tree. Because that is their backbone. They don't want to, but wherever they are hiding, we shall reach them today. So that you see how the battle is always fought. This was when Absalom overthrew David. And they were planning, what should they do? Should they go and fight against David and kill him and all the people following him? Look at what happened in verse 11. Therefore, I counsel that all Israel be generally gathered unto thee, from Dan even to Beersheba, as the sand that is by the sea for multitude, and that thou go to battle in thy own person. This is where they deceive Absalom. Verse 12. Look at the strategy they used that period. So shall we come upon him in some place where he shall be found. We will light upon him as the dew falleth on the ground. This is how you fall upon your enemies. You come upon them like dew, so that there's no place they can hide. And of him that, of all the men that are with him, there shall not be left so much as one. Verse 13. That's where I'm going. He said, moreover, if he had gotten into a city, say in case he escaped and run into a city, if he runs into a city, then shall all Israel bring ropes to that city and withdraw it into the river. Which means when they go out to fight, there's no place to hide. He said if the enemies escape and run, they were talking about David. If they run into any city, they will surround the city with ropes and throw all the beauties and all the people there into the sea. That's the kind of battle we want to fight here today. Until there be not one small stone found there. And they were not just saying it, oh, they meant it. When you know these things, you remember that Bichri, the son of Bichri, that man that came and blew trumpet and said to your tent, O Israel, don't follow David. And David said, this man will do us more harm than Absalom. And they pursued him. Joab and all of them pursued him. He entered that city. And Joab, they surrounded the city wall and started to pull down the wall. And that woman told them, wait, what is it? And Joab said, we just need that man. The woman said, wait outside, I will throw his head to you. So this is how to fight that battle. This is how to fight it. When you locate the spiritualist of your enemy, brethren, do not leave that spiritualist alone. That is your real enemy. That is your real enemy. Your enemies on their own might not have the capability to fight you. It's that spiritualist that have the spiritual power and ability to stand you. Look at this. 1 Samuel 22. It's me, thou art the son of Jesse, in that thou hast given him bread. He was talking to Ahimelech, the priest. He said, because David deceived the priest. The priest was not David's spiritualist. David was just running away and he ran to that place. But look at the thing the spiritualist, the priest, provided for him. He said, you gave him bread. Sometimes, brethren, you will hit your enemy so hard, that they are at the point of death. And when they run to their spiritualists, you give them spiritual food. They revive them again. They revive them. He said, you gave him bread. So the priest. He said, you saw me. My enemy came to you. You gave my enemy bread. And you gave him also sword. You put a weapon in his hand to go and fight me, isn't it? You gave him the sword of Goliath. Not only that, he said, and you have inquired of God for him. You gave him also spiritual knowledge and spiritual understanding, so that he will know how to escape from me. This is exactly the threefold ministry of spiritualists. They feed, they give divination, and they also give weapon. They are the ones that will do things and give to the enemy to go and bury in the ground. And say, so Saul told Ahimelech, he said, look at what you did to me. You are the one that did this against me. And he said, and thou shalt, that he should rise against me to lie in wait. So you empowered him to go and fight me. Verse 16. Verse 16. And the king said, thou shalt surely die. I don't care who you are. You can be a priest. But because you have done these things, and I'm going to suffer because of it, it's going to affect me. Listen, the Lord is going to hand over any person and any person to your hand today. Amen. I don't care who they are, whether they be pastors or whether they be weapons to your enemies, and divinely you must surely die. Ahimelech, he called his name, because we are going to call him today when we go to this battle. Yes. He called his name. I'll wipe you out today. And that's how you are going to verse 17. And the king said unto the footmen that stood about him, turn and slay the priest of the Lord, because their hand also is with David. That's what the spiritualists do. Their hand is in the battle. From behind, their hand is in the battle. He said the hand is also with David, and because he slaughtered 85. Slaughtered 85. Look at what happened here. Verse 19. After killing 85 of the family of the priest, and Nob, the city of the prophet, he entered the city of the prophets. Even the prophet that did not even know what was happening, he entered their cities and smote him with the edge of the sword, both men and women, children and suckling, all with that ephod. Brethren, if you read further on your own, you will see that every time David had any situation, it is Abiathar. He will call Abiathar and say, bring the ephod and help me. Brethren, that's why nobody must escape from the family of the priests and the spiritualists that you are going to attack tonight. None of their children must escape. Because that mistake Doeg did, and one escaped, they ran away with the ephod and ran to David. Each time David wanted to take decision to move anywhere, he will say, we bring the ephod, we go this way. We want to do a comprehensive warfare here today. A comprehensive warfare. So that when you delete the family of the spiritualists, nobody will be left there. You will burn down the whole place together with their ephod and everything they are using. 1 Kings 20 verse 42. And he said unto him, thus said the Lord. This is the prophet of God telling the king of Israel, thus said the Lord, because thou hast let go out of thy hand a man whom I appointed to utter destruction. Brethren, do you know that God has appointed your enemy for utter destruction? Is it not the scriptures? So they are already under curses, and they have been appointed for utter destruction. And then, do you know what the spiritualists do? They help them to escape. Each time you attack them to destroy them, they help them to escape. Each time you bring weapons, God will give us brand new weapons, different weapons. You deploy the weapon to fight them, the spiritualists will help them to escape. Now the Bible says, because you have let go the person that have ordained, appointed for utter destruction, therefore life shall go for his life and thy people for his people. That is the word of God. The life of the high priest, of the pastor, of the herbalist, of the sorcerer, of the occultist, of the witches, and whatsoever it is, spiritually, their life must go for the life of your enemy. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and begin to talk about my battle. This is your battle, O Lord God.
Thank you for watching. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to join our growing community of faith. You've just listened to the sermon, but there are powerful prayers that follow. Due to social media rules and guidelines, the prayers have been removed from this video. However, you can access the full prayers and more life-changing resources by visiting www.pastorhillary.org or downloading our app, Diadem Media. If you're in the London area, we'd love to have you fellowship with us in person. at 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. If you have any questions about this message, want counseling from Pastor Hilary, or wish to share your testimonies following the prayers, please leave a comment below and someone from our team will get in touch. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly and guide you in all your ways. Stay victorious.